you weren't here yesterday, or you're like me, you just like a good summary by someone else, we've asked two smart people to come up and give a quick reflection on what we did yesterday and how the theme of collaboration and conflict played out in the different dialogues on stage and in the breakout sessions. So please help me in welcoming Mario Romero, an associate professor in visualization at the Department of Computational Science and Technology at KTH, and the executive director of Digital Futures, Anna Kiefer. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming up on stage and reflecting upon yesterday. Do you want to start, Anna? What are two new insights or personal learnings from yesterday?
Well, it's difficult to choose two. I have so many learnings from yesterday from all the different parts of the program. But one interesting learning was how cyber attacks, details of cyber attacks, how they occur, and what you can do about them. I was fascinated by Marco Chiasa's presentation during the breakout session.
What was a new insight there for you?
Well, everything about it, actually. You just notice that they happen, but here you really learn how exactly it happens, and you know, the delicate issue of trying to solve this. And it's just very reassuring that we have these amazing researchers working on the problem.
We just hope that the hackers don't have access to the same technology.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What's a personal learning or insight for you, Mario?
So you asked for two, and I did prepare two. So the first one is the pocket lawyer from Helena Hapio's presentation. Now, it's very memorable, and if you're going through the recordings of yesterday, I recommend you go to that spot.
Tell us who weren't here. Why was it fascinating?
Well, the thing is, she uses it as a mnemonic device because it really raises awareness in the audience, but then it raises a really good point, which is the need to form agreements that are readable. She introduced two concepts, which was lawyer to lawyer, L2L, and the next one is fantastic, lawyer to none. So that is legal text that is actually meant to be read by nobody. And from there, she of course built a very strong argument for making agreements accessible, readable, visually navigatable.
You know what my reflection was? We talk about business to business, and sometimes I think business to none, and we talk about business to consumer. And
exactly.
In every kind of interaction and collaboration, we must avoid getting to none.
Right, exactly, exactly. And then the second one was Erik Herlenius. He's a pediatrician, and he introduced a concept, again, very memorable. He had a slide with all the sensing technologies that we today have to understand what is going on with the patient, from radiology to everything else, blood tests. But then, before he went to today's technologies, he mentioned that doctors historically had 5 senses. And I know this because I've had a doctor, I've gone to a doctor's appointment without having breakfast, and the doctor goes, "You haven't had breakfast, have you?" I'm like, "No, how do you know?" "You smell like an apple." So I knew that they smelled us, but I didn't know that they tasted us. Again, I recommend, if you're watching yesterday's recordings, to go to how they taste us. And then, of course, from there, they build on what we're doing today and what we're doing here at this conference, which is digitalization of health and everything that is coming up. And that wraps up with the first keynote on personalized medicine and precision medicine as well.
And the interplay of the human experience, the human sound judgment and technology, and how to optimize the way we interact with technology. And that also played through the whole day. What were some of your other reflections on that?
Well, the importance of interdisciplinary, intersectoral, and international collaboration. I think we have representatives of all sectors and disciplines and many different countries here today and online. So very happy to see that. I think that's extremely important, not the least from a collaboration perspective and conflict perspective, I'd say. There is friction where you try new things and then try to collaborate in this sort of cross-disciplinary way. But it's important in order to address large societal challenges. This is how we need to work.
Anything else that was eye-opening to you?
Everything is eye-opening. It's no, I agree with Mario. This precision medicine presentation. We had Janne Letjö from Karolinska, who spoke about precision medicine and how that really requires doctors and engineers to be closely interlinked, that these disciplines are really merging together. And
he said he needed a data scientist on his medical team and a medical expert to work closely with the data scientists. He said it was the only way of working.
And it's fascinating. We have Digital Futures projects that run exactly like that. So it's interesting to see how it evolves and what opportunities that entails. So looking at the theme of the conference, conflict and collaboration, you really see that there, that where you have disruptive technologies and forces, that is, it offers tremendous opportunity, but it also involves challenges, I'd call it, rather than conflict, perhaps. But we need to address that. We shouldn't be afraid of development. We just need to move forward. And he was also talking about this collaboration, how hospitals and academia and patients' organizations and companies and others need to come together to solve the problems.
And the way you're working, we also talked about, not just bringing people together, but how we should collaborate. And thanks again, Mario, for reminding us that all the content of the event you will be able to revisit it afterwards. Okay, let's look forward to this day. Something that you feel that you, from your perspective, something you're interested in exploring further?
Yes. So, as Anna said, I'm interested in everything, and that's sort of what I need to work on. I need to focus on the things that will forward my projects and my collaborations. And I think one of the things that I'm going to look forward into reading more and learning more about is, again, Helena's point on upfront agreements. And because we're going through that, and that is something that Digital Futures, because it fosters collaboration between industry and academia, that's something that we have to get straight. So I'm working on that one.
Cool. Anna, what are you looking forward to exploring today?
Several aspects that came up yesterday and that will come up today. So one is enabling access to data, big issue to solve. How do we build trust and privacy protection? How do we balance regulation and innovation, so linked to Mario's topic here? And how do we facilitate interdisciplinary and intersectoral collaboration?
Mm-hmm. And our first keynote, whom I will briefly introduce, will address the safe use of data. So that will be a first deep dive into your area of interest. Thank you so much for joining us, and looking forward to bumping into you during breakout sessions and joining you later. Thank you, Anna and Mario.
Thank you.